It's here. So what we're going to do tonight, we are going to do a review of Chapter 8. Okay. We went through the labs. We talked about most things. Most things I expect you guys to touch on the theory. We will have a VTP lab on Sunday, so I can just go over VTP with you guys. I know it's not covered in the exam, but a little fun lab so you guys will understand what's going on. But we will do a do I already know this already quiz. It'll work the same as last time. I will ask you guys to hop off mute. I'll ask you guys the questions and I'll request for you guys to explain your answers. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, excellent. All right, so Chapter 8, right? Implementing Ethernet VLANs, right? So question number 1, Mike Evia. In a LAN, right, in a local area network, which of the following terms best equates to the term VLAN? Is it A, collision domain? Is it B, broadcast domain? Is it C, subnet? Is it D, single switch? Or is it E, a trunk? If you're talking, you're muted, by the way. All right, we'll move to DeMarco. DeMarco, number 1. What's your answer?
Hold on, what did it say? In a LAN, which of the following terms best equates the term VLAN? Broadcast domain?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with B.
Why?
Simply because a LAN is considered a broadcast domain, but that's just the virtual side of it. Due to just the software inside of the switch that makes it a virtual LAN.
Okay, Paula?
Yes.
Which answer do you pick? And explain
B.
why.
I pick
Why?
B.
Why?
Broadcast domain.
Why?
In the same vein of the answer that DeMarco gave,
Mm-hmm.
a VLAN is a logical LAN or a virtual LAN.
Mm-hmm.
Another name for a broadcast domain, simply being because when a broadcast is sent out, it reaches all devices in that LAN, except from it floods out that broadcast to all devices in that LAN,
Okay.
except from to the device that it received that broadcast from.
Okay. Okay.
Hence broadcast domain.
Okay. And you said the answer was B, DeMarco and Antoine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, that is correct. All right, let's move on. Question number 2. Imagine a small lab network into one local area network switch with the ports configured to be in 3 different VLANs. How many IP subnets do you need for the host connected to the switch ports, assuming that all hosts in all VLANs want to use TCP IP? Markevia.
Alrighty, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we got you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, give me one moment. Let me reread the question.
Take your time.
I'm gonna say you need 3 because you have 3 different VLANs, so you're gonna need 3 different subnets to segment the traffic. So D?
Final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. Okay, let's move on. Question number 3. Switch 1 sends a frame to switch 2 using 802.1q trunking. Which of the following answers describe how switch 1 changes or adds to the Ethernet frame before forwarding the frame to switch 2? Is it A, it's a 4-byte header and does not change the MAC address? Is it B, it's a 4-byte header and does not change the MAC address? I apologize. Letter A does change the MAC addresses. Correct myself. Sorry about that, guys. Letter C encapsulates the original frame behind an entirely new Ethernet header. Or D, none of the other answers are correct. Antoine.
I'm just reading it again. I say B, inserts a 4-byte header and does not change the MAC address.
Why?
Because once that frame leaves the initial trunk port, or that egress trunk port, the MAC address doesn't change within the frame. The only thing that changes is the addition of that 4-byte header, which is I believe the VLAN ID, if it's a trunk port, which it says here.
Final answer?
Yes,
And you said B?
B.
That is correct. Go to question 4. All right, question 4. You are told that switch 1 is configured for the switch port mode dynamic auto command on its fast Ethernet 0/5 interface, which is connected to switch 2. Which of the following settings on the switch port mode command on switch 2 would allow trunking to work? Gary, and you choose 2 answers.
Just reading through the question once again. It will be A, trunk, and C, dynamic desirable.
Why?
So A and C.
Why?
So on one side, we are setting up switch port mode dynamic auto, which basically takes it basically tells, okay, I'm just gonna dynamically learn whatever is on the other side is.
But what does that mean? What is happening on the link? You can tell me that, but what is actually happening on the link in regards to what it means to configure dynamic auto? What is happening?
So the switch 1's interface, like 0/5 will send, like, it will advertise saying that I am set to dynamic auto.
What does that mean? Antoine, what does that mean?
My apologies. Repeat that one more time.
So he told me his answer, and he says he picked the answers because it was set to dynamic auto. What does that mean? What does that mean for the link? What is happening on the link?
Dynamic auto means that it's pretty much listening for a trunk link. So pretty much it's already set to where if it listens and sees that the other end of the link is a trunk link, then it automatically becomes a trunk link. Hence the auto.
Good. Gary.
If the switch port mode trunk is set, it means we're forcing the switch tools interface telling I am set to trunk. The other side of it basically be learning. It basically like learns what the other side. I don't know how to explain this, but this is one of more of like active and passive kind of thing, right? Like you have yeah.
It's okay.
To me, like, yeah,
It's okay.
I don't know how but to me, like if you're setting one side of the link as a trunk and the other side is dynamic auto, so it's dynamically gonna see whatever is on the other side. That's what I'm gonna adapt to.
So let's talk through this, right?
Yeah.
What Antoine said, right, is partially right, right? What is being sent between two peers, between two switches? DTP frames, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. I think that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they don't automatically say, "Hey, you're dynamic auto, I'm trunk," right? We need to understand how they communicate, right? Because these frames get sent up to the control plane because there needs to be some type of algorithm that happens before a decision is made, correct? So, with that being said, in their logic for dynamic trunking protocol, right? We got one side, we got switch one configured as such, and we have switch two for the multiple options, right? By the way, A and C is the correct answer. You just need to be able to explain why. So if they're listening to it, the matrix that you guys have in the chapter, it says, if I receive a DTP frame while I'm in listening mode, I listen it and I receive it on a data plane, I forward it to the control plane of my switch. And software says, hey, look at this matrix, right? Make it this logical decision and say, if my peer is sending their values within that DTP frame compared to my values, right, that I have configured via software, I need to go ahead and say, excellent, let's negotiate, let's send DTP frames together, and here's my offer. That's what they said in the chapter, correct?
That's right.
So I need you guys, right? And good job, by the way, right? And I want you guys to walk through it. I don't want you guys to get in the habit of, oh, this is the case just because this is the case. You guys need to understand the why. You guys need to be able to explain the why. You understand? You guys are going to be engineers soon. I don't want you guys to be button pressers. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good job, Twan and Gary.
Yes.
Good stuff. All right, let's move forward. Oh, Donovan approached. Hey, Don, time to pick on you. All right. Question 5. A switch has just arrived from Cisco. The switch has never been configured with any VLANs, but VTP has been disabled. An engineer configures the VLAN 22 and name Hannah's VLAN commands, and then exits configuration mode. Which of the following are true? Choose two answers. A, VLAN 22 is listed in the input of show VLAN brief command. B, VLAN 22 is listed in the output of the show running config command. C, VLAN 22 is not created by this process. Or D, VLAN 22 does not exist in that switch until at least one interface is assigned to that VLAN. DeMarco.
Let me look at my notes. I'm gonna go with let me see, a switch port. A switch has just arrived from Cisco. The switch has never been configured with any VLANs. The VTP has been disabled. Engineer configured the VLAN 22 and named the Hannah's VLAN command, then exits configuration mode. Which of the following is true? So I have A, VLAN 22 is listed in the output of the show VLAN brief command, and I have B, I have VLAN 22 is listed in the show running config command. So that's what I have.
Why?
because so whenever you do the show VLAN brief, it is gonna show the VLAN name and for the show running config, it's gonna show it even with BTP being disabled, it'll show it even with it being disabled. Cause it's like how can I say this? So it's like um I get like I'm trying to figure out how I say it. uh so it's like kind of like because I know with VTP when it's this when it's and
We're not talking about BTP. It's been disabled.
got you. So yeah, so yeah, I can't really explain like the VTP part. But that's what I have for my answers though.
Mike Evie, you want to help?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me read the question. We're on number 5 right now. Okay. Um, I think um okay. Um well, from the question, it doesn't, from what I understand, it doesn't look like the VLAN is configured correctly. It says the engineer configures the VLAN 22 and name Hannah's VLAN commands, then exits configuration mode.
That's a good statement.
But because it doesn't seem like, well, the question doesn't say that the VLAN was assigned an interface, and from
Mm-hmm.
what I know about VLAN configuration, it
Mm-hmm.
needs to be set. An interface needs to be set.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I
Mm-hmm.
think it's C and D, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
All right.
yeah.
I'm gonna call on one more person. Gary, you want to help DeMarco out?
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
Okay.
So the question really actually asking the statements, which of them are true, and we need to find two out
Mm-hmm.
of this. So when we configure a VLAN, as they say, an engineer configures the VLAN 22 and named it with the Hannah's VLAN, and then leaves the configuration mode. As soon as you've done that, you should be able to see VLAN 22 under the show running config command. It's just how the VLAN gets configured. Just the
Mm-hmm.
VLAN gets configured on the switch.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing you can do is actually show VLAN brief. It will tell you the VLAN 22 exists with a name, but it won't have any interface configured to it because you didn't basically go to an interface, put the VLAN on. The
Mm-hmm.
statement number C, it tells VLAN 22 is not created by this process. That's incorrect. Actually, VLAN can be created by this process.
Mm-hmm.
The statement number D, VLAN 22 does not exist in this switch until at least one interface is signed to that VLAN. That
Mm-hmm.
is not correct.
Okay.
You can create VLANs, leave it configured on the switch without having an interface configured. That is
Mm-hmm.
it.
So what's the answer?
Okay, sorry. A and B should be the answers.
Why?
I just explained. So like when you go into the switch, onto the global configuration mode, you enter VLAN 22, and you actually, very next command you enter is actually name Hannah's VLAN, and then you leave the configuration mode. As soon as you've done that, you should have that VLAN configured on the running config, like running memory of the switch.
So that
That's why,
means so if you saying that, that means we can cross out C, correct?
yeah, we can cross out C because
Okay.
it does create a VLAN. That's why. And then statement number D, then 22 does not exist in that switch until at least one interface is assigned to that VLAN. You don't need a interface to be assigned to a VLAN. You can create a VLAN. It will still be sitting into the VLAN database itself.
Okay.
So the A and B is right for me. To me, I have actually seen it on the switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Maikivia, DeMarco, Giri, great job.
Thank you.
The answer is A, B. Okay. Just by reading the statements, right? And of course, listening to you guys, I want you guys to lab a little bit more. Because I don't want you guys guessing on this. Immediately, if you guys been labbing, you'll be able to answer this. Okay? Make sure you guys are taking the time out, not just to read theory, but at least for 6 hours a week to go ahead and make sure you're labbing, having fun, okay? Let's keep going. All right, we got 3 more questions to go. Question 6. Which of the following commands identify switch interfaces as being trunking interfaces? Interfaces that currently operate as VLAN trunks. Choose 2 answers. A, show interfaces. B, show interfaces switch port. C, show interfaces trunk. And D, show trunks. Who should I pick on now? Hey, Marquiview.
Yes, okay. Let me read the question.
You got this. You
Following
got this. Come
commands
on.
identify switch interfaces as being trunk interfaces. Okay, well, it's gonna be show C, show interface trunk.
Okay.
Um, and show interfaces. So I
So,
wouldn't
so A
pick,
and C.
yeah, A and C.
Why?
Um, well, show interfaces would show all of the interface configurations
Really?
that are config. No, actually, it wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I'm just asking. Neither confirming nor denying. Just asking.
um, well, that's what I would think that like show interfaces would show like the interface is configured on the switch. Um, okay, I don't want to guess, so can I? Or yeah, can you pull that up? Okay, that says nothing about um a trunking
Right?
at all.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not that.
What other command you want me to try?
Okay, can you try show trunks?
Okay.
Oh, that's not even a command. That's crazy. Okay.
Mhm.
So it would be B and C.
Sure about that?
Yep.
You want to verify?
Yes, I would. Right, that shows trunking and yep. Okay.
Okay. What's the other command?
Show interface trunk.
Okay.
So B and C.
Okay. You are correct. All right. So the answer is B and C. All right, guys. Let's move forward. Number 7. In a switch that disables VTP, an engineer configures the commands VLAN 30 and shut down VLAN 30. Which answers should be true about this switch? Choose 2 answers. Is it A, show VLAN brief command, should list VLAN 30? Is it B, the show running config command should list VLAN 30? Is it C, the switch should forward frames that arrive in access ports in VLAN 30? Or is it D, the switch should forward frames that arrive in ports tagged with VLAN 30? Antoine.
Okay. Let me reread this again.
Mm-hmm. All right, give me 60 seconds.
Okay. Um, based on this question, I know A is true because when you create a VLAN, uh, it will show up in the show VLAN brief, even if there's no interfaces assigned to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Why?
well, when you create a VLAN, it shows up automatically.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
I'll have to review that.
Okay, let's move forward.
And the next three answers is I'm walking through in my head because the show running config
Mm-hmm.
command with no interfaces assigned to that VLAN won't pop up in the show running config. And the reason behind it, I'll have to review it. But
Mm-hmm.
just from labbing, I know that it won't pop up. And
Why?
then
You said the VLAN won't pop up in the show running config?
if it's created without a interface assigned to it,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
right? C and D, C and D. Well, in the question, it doesn't say whether or not there's a trunk link here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ruling out D. And even though even though there's no it says here there's no interfaces assigned to VLAN 30.
Mhm.
If I don't know how to articulate it, but
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know how to articulate it, but if if a VLAN is created, if a VLAN is created,
Mhm.
then that becomes if one VLAN is created, that becomes the single VLAN on that switch. I'm trying to articulate it the best I can.
Mhm.
So, but I will have to review it and work on explaining it better. But based on what I see here, I would say A and C will be my answers.
A and C.
Yes.
Okay. Pull up the switch. Let's do some. Okay. A is correct. Let's go ahead and check B. Oh shit. Okay. I'll explain something in a second. C. The switch should forward frames that arrive and access port in VLAN 30. Let's read the statement again. In a switch that disables VTP and the engineer configures VLAN 30 and shuts down VLAN 30, how is it going to forward frames if the VLAN is shut down?
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that wouldn't be the case.
That wouldn't be the case, would it?
No.
Okay. All right. So granted, the switch I'm using is old code. Typically in configuration, typically with the 9Ks, I'm using 12.5, so regular iOS, not iOS V. Um, Typically this would show up in the show running config in recent code. Okay. So the answer is AB. All right. Again, I want you guys to lab a little bit more. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to 8. The show interface gigabit 0/1 trunk command provides 3 lists of VLAN IDs. Which items would limit the VLANs that appear in the first of the 3 lists of VLANs? A shutdown VLAN 30 global command. B, a switch port trunk allowed VLAN interface subcommand. C, an STP choice to block on gigabit 0/1. Or is it D, a no VLAN 30 global command. Who should I pick this time? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a spider by the. Hey, Gary. Talk to me.
This one. No worries. Basically pulling up the switch interface gigabit from shutdown VLAN 30 in the option A says a shutdown VLAN 30 global command. It does not exist. So that is an incorrect statement.
Is it?
There is no shutdown VLAN 30.
Okay.
You can.
Positive?
I am positive. 99.9999. Like I can be wrong some percent, depending if I haven't seen some codes.
Okay.
But yeah. Option B,
Mhm.
switchboard trunk allowed VLAN does exist, but it is an incomplete command.
Mhm.
It needs more than that to complete a command. So an STP choice to
Hold
block.
on. Wait a minute. It says that switch port trunk allowed VLAN interface subcommand. You said it needs more?
So switchboard trunk allowed VLAN, and what VLAN though? It doesn't say any VLAN.
Mhm.
That is my concern. It
Did you
should
read the
have
question?
said. Okay, so yeah, I did read the question. Show interfaces gigabit 0/1 trunk
Mhm.
command
Mhm.
provides 3 list of VLAN IDs.
Mhm.
Which items would limit the VLANs that appear in the first of the 3 list of VLAN? I get
Mhm.
it. Let me complete it. To me,
Mhm.
D looks more appropriate because when you remove a VLAN of the current configuration, VLAN 30 is gone with the D command, D like no VLAN 30 global command. It should be gone.
Mhm.
But that actually should also be removing a VLAN from the show interface 0/1 trunk. I get
Mhm.
it. Switchport trunk allowed VLAN will
Mhm.
limit it. So the right answer is B.
Sure. What about C?
Yeah. An STP choice to block on gigabit 0/1.
Mhm.
We're not talking about the STP here. So that's just basically throwing us like there's nothing we talked about STP in the question.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't talk about the spanning tree in the question itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about
I'm
D?
gonna making it hard, but once again, I said D. It to me looks like B and D are the right answers.
Nope. I'm not. I don't want to hear what your right answers is. I need you to
Yeah,
explain why D is a good
D
or
is
bad
not.
answer. Why?
Okay. They're talking about which items would limit the VLANs that appear in the first of the 3 list of VLANs. So there should be a command or item in the 4 options that should limit the VLANs. So that limit the VLANs is the key point, I believe, in the question. If you look at the option B, it says no VLAN 30 global command. It will remove the VLAN 30 from the switch itself, but it's not a key indicator where it will actually limit the VLAN. So you, by default, if you just run switchport mode trunk, just that command on just to turn that interface to the trunk, it will actually enable all 1 to 4094 VLANs there. Like you don't have to, in the next command we run, switchport trunk allowed VLAN, and then we specify VLANs after that. That
Okay.
basically prunes the VLAN that seeing on that interface, like trunk interface. And that, to me, they should have put like all of the command, but that's fine. The number B is right.
Final answer?
Yeah, it is a final answer. It could be wrong, but I'm open to learn.
Okay. Positive?
Positive, yeah.
Okay. You are correct. So, guys, and great job again, Gary. Guys,
Thank you.
every time we have a session, I'm going to make it hard. When you pay your $300 or $400 to take this exam, you are only going to be able to consult yourself. Nobody else, not the proctor, not the person that's sitting next to you. The questions I am asking you, you need to be able to ask yourself. If you don't know it, you need to be able to do the process of elimination. Okay? If you can't, and I'm just going to give it to you straight, you are going to fail the exam, and you probably have no business being an engineer. Because those same questions that you'll be asked in the exam, you will be asked by your directors, other engineers that you may work with, okay? All right, enough of that. Outside of that, all you guys did a great job. Keep labbing, keep confirming theory through labs, watch videos on YouTube that explain it in a way that you can understand. If you have questions, ask amongst you guys selves. Ask in the Discord and say, "Hey, I'm not understanding this. Can you break it down for me in your words, right? Because I like the way you broke it down in the session or XYZ." You guys can collaborate, right? Get that practice now. All right. With that being said, guys, I'll let you guys get some time back, and I'll see you guys Sunday.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Dave.
All right, thanks, David.
Bye,
Bye,
All right,
guys.
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 Thanks,
Bye.
Dave. There you go.